The air crackled with anticipation, a vibrant storm brewing across the vast subcontinent of India. It was the mid-20th century, and the sun, which had seemingly never set on the British Empire, was finally beginning to dip below the horizon for its most prized possession. For nearly 2 centuries, India had been under British rule, a period that brought both modernization and immense suffering. The seeds of resistance had been sown long ago, sprouting in various forms. There were the armed rebellions, the fervent calls for self-rule by early nationalists, and the powerful intellectual awakenings that reminded Indians of their glorious past and inherent right to freedom. But the movement that truly galvanized the masses was led by a man of quiet determination and profound vision, Mahatma Gandhi. He introduced a revolutionary concept, Satyagraha, or nonviolent civil disobedience. His philosophy wasn't about wielding weapons, but about the power of truth and love. He urged Indians to resist injustice without resorting to violence, to endure suffering with dignity, and to awaken the conscience of their oppressors. Imagine Gandhi, a frail man in a simple dhoti, leading thousands on the Dandi Salt March in 1930. This was a powerful act of defiance against the British monopoly on salt, a basic necessity. The march covered 240 miles, inspiring millions to join the struggle. People boycotted British goods, refused to pay taxes, and peacefully protested, often facing brutal lathi charges and imprisonment. Leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Subhas Chandra Bose, and countless others emerged, each contributing their unique strengths to the movement. Nehru, with his modernist vision, rallied the youth and advocated for a secular, democratic India. Bose, with his more militant approach, formed the Indian National Army, seeking international support to fight the British. The Second World War further weakened Britain's hold. The economic strain and the growing international pressure for decolonization made it clear that British rule in India was unsustainable. The Quit India movement of 1942 saw unprecedented levels of civil disobedience, even with most major leaders in prison. However, the path to independence was not without its shadows. The British policy of divide and rule had exacerbated religious tensions between Hindus and Muslims. As independence drew nearer, the demand for a separate Muslim state, Pakistan, grew stronger. Despite Gandhi's fervent pleas for unity and Nehru's desire for a united India, the partition became an inevitable, tragic reality. On August 14, 1947, Pakistan was declared an independent nation. And then as the clock struck midnight on August 15, 1947, a new star rose in the east. Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first prime minister, delivered his iconic Tryst with Destiny speech to the Constituent Assembly. Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. The celebrations were euphoric, but tinged with the immense sorrow of partition. Millions were displaced, and violence erupted, leaving an indelible scar on both nations. Yet amid the chaos and heartbreak, a new nation, India, was born.